Hello, Collective. Welcome to Oak Moon Tarot, where the oak symbolizes spiritual growth and knowledge, and the moon influences our current emotional energies. The moon is in Aquarius, so Aquarius is an energy that can separate itself from the emotions and think more logically. It's fixed air, and it's the water bearer. We have a full moon eclipse in Pisces coming up. And I'll be honest, I already recorded a freaking reading and then I noticed the mic wasn't working. So I'm a little bit frustrated because it was like the perfect message. And I do want to try and recreate it and just like piece it back together. Ooh, just seeing this giant eye. Which is, I guess, some sort of doorway. And now I'm noticing there's an eye on this Hierophant card, actually, that came out. I'm using my brother's deck, so it's a little different, but it was perfect. Okay, so this Hierophant has this full moon in the background, and Pisces is a very intuitive, it's a water sign, it's very spiritual, and it's very intuitive, like I said. And so there's this like giant third eye on this ocean monster, which is kind of like, it makes me think of Avatar: The Last Airbender, when the ocean spirit turned into this giant sea monster to avenge the moon spirit. And there's this whole yin and yang thing, which is again Pisces energy. This is the Hierophant, though. And so this card was talking about being a beacon. We had the King of Cups come out. Again, this full moon in the background, very spiritual, very connected, very emotional, but also has spiritual gifts. No way, he's holding a heart, and he's like squeezing the blood into this cup. And the Ace of Cups also came out, and it's, yeah, again, it's like heart space. And there's this like overflowing heart space with this divine spiritual love and connection that you have access to and that you can hold. And then there's these messages. There was like two separate energies here, like a masculine side and a feminine side. I'm going to quickly go over what was on the feminine side. We had Seven of Cups, which was this emotional and mental blending, because I was seeing these cups were clear, and it's all like above her head, and it's all like this mental magic, like alchemical process, right? And Temperance came out, which is the alchemy card of transmuting emotions, imaginations, interesting beliefs, and doing this like emotional slash spiritual work within the mental realm here. This is all happening like on an intuitive, receptive side of things here. Okay, there's also this says Seven of Swords and the Lovers, and I get this Knight of Swords. Interesting how like these cards are kind of coming out a little differently. Yeah, now I'm seeing, so this is an interesting picture here. This Knight of Swords shooting an arrow, and it's this flaming like fire horse archetype as well. The swords symbolizing something within the mental, and it's like, I guess, trying to knock off this Seven of Swords frequency, which is kind of, you know, there's this raven here, which is very magical and brings messages, but it's this weird sneaky energy. And now I'm seeing all of this yellow. So these two white birds remain, which is the Lover's card, which is a more harmonious balance between your masculine and feminine energies. Excuse me as I try to keep the little one away. The star also is present in this reading, and there's this Two of Wands frequency here. The star being, you know, divine guidance and destiny, even wish fulfillment. And I was seeing this dog here. There's some sort of, hi baby, loyal, protective, yes my dear, energy here. And there's Two of Wands, and I'm seeing these two wands out here, kind of like these two characters here looking up at the stars and gaining insights, as like there's this divide in the world, as like something's being brought through this star portal. I'm also seeing the it looks like kind of a pyramid or temple of some sort in the background here. Ellie, do you want to go play? Okay, let me try to wrap this up here. There's this whole other side here. What's that? That just fell out. Six of Cups. Okay, so now I'm being guided to talk about this Pisces energy here. And also the masculine side, I feel. Yeah, so it started with this Five of Pentacles energy, which I was seeing these people in the background, and like the green being like this envious color I'm getting, and they're throwing stones at this figure who is holding a book, like a book of knowledge. And it's like, I'm getting like this being in the past sense, or even the recent past, which just a general feel of like your life thus far is like people would persecute you or throw stones at you because you have some gift, you have like some knowledge of like how the world works, and you know how to make things happen for you. I don't know, there's something about this knowledge here. And didn't I tell you the pentacles also symbolize knowledge for me? Thank you, Jeremy, for your deck and your guidance. All right, please don't touch. I also have the Emperor coming out on your masculine side here, which was like transmuting this energy because these stones were missing him, right? It's because you're destined for something. I'm hearing, yeah, but not all the stones missed. And then there's anger, rightfully so. I find that anger teaches us where injustice lies. 9 minutes on the clock there. But this Emperor energy has this flame, this driving force, and there's this protective, like, protection from the inside. Like you're able to protect yourself now. As I'm feeling like my heart space and the inner child with the Six of Cups here. And Eight of Cups, some releasing of emotions, maybe. And then I got the Emperor again, and I was seeing this tree of wisdom. And now I'm just going to bring out 2 more cards. Well, okay, no, I got to talk about how the Magician came out. and the Eight of Wands and this Three of Pentacles here, but then there's also this difficult energy that doesn't necessarily want to be walked through. Please stop touching. And, you know, if you don't want to go through the rest of the cards, you don't have to watch. But I am being called to talk about the next ones, which is this Page of Cups again, Eight of Cups. So it's like this releasing of old emotional energies from the past and being left with a sense of the inner child, going back to the playful waters and actively transmuting some things here. I'm seeing the yellow with this Five of Swords and the solar plexus here. To realize that you're worthy of having success and knowledge, and you know, you're this tiger on the inside, this big cat energy of like regal royalness, which it's not a royal court card, but the tiger is the king of the jungle, or queen of the jungle, whichever you want to. I don't know, there's this regalness here, and there's some sort of like transmutation that has to happen as I'm like slicing the cards here. Okay, I'm going to get out. Oh, I do want to mention that I'm working on some things behind the scenes. I am naturally like better at writing. I do have a book published, although I'm working on another one, and there's going to be lots of visual diagrams. I'm super excited about that. Eventually, I will be able to share that on this channel. Just wanted to put that in there quickly, and we'll get out a closing message. Little baby girl is hanging out. Ooh, what was that? Calm. Yeah. Even though, you know, I don't know where it went, but there was an Eight of Wands here somewhere. Even though things are moving very quickly, as the horse and the fire horse here speeds up, there is a greater need to remind yourself of this energy of calm. The mantra here is, I am surrounded by the energy of calm, peace, and positivity. The angels remind you that calmness comes with the determination to live ever happily in the present moment, relinquishing the past and not worrying about the future, but placing our lives firmly in Creator's hands. Whether you believe you're your own creator. I'm so sorry about that. Being the magician, or if you believe in a higher power. It's all going to be taken care of. You hold that belief and you tell your nervous system that it doesn't need to freak out and that everything's fine. Hopefully you can create a more peaceful and calm life, a more fulfilling life. And thank you so much for letting me be your reader today. Wishing you all peace, love, balance, and harmony upon your journey. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.